Mhm.
CJ's making beats again.
Okay, so y'all can hear me or y'all can't hear me? I'm gonna share this on Facebook real quick so more people can know that I'm live right now. Okay, so what's up? What's up, Chill Out Crew? That's what I'm gonna start calling y'all. Chill Out Crew. I'm back on here with another live. Ooh. If y'all haven't been following me, I got a new video out, Unskilled Hitman Part 2. I told y'all it was coming. And yeah, we worked on it, we did it. If y'all haven't seen Unskilled Hitman Part 1, then y'all need to check that out. But Part 2 is definitely up. So the views was kind of lacking on that. So what's going on? I normally be like 300, 400 views. That one didn't even crack 100 yet. So I definitely need y'all to check that out. Here is the intro to that. Yeah, y'all definitely got to check that out, man. Like those are my favorite videos. Is them Unskilled Hitman videos, and it's only gonna get better. Y'all definitely got to watch it because the ending is extra funny. It's extra funny. But today, the topic is gonna be what goes wrong in relationships. I really want to hear y'all opinion on this because a lot of people be in relationships and have relationship problems and stuff like that. So, what do y'all think goes wrong in relationships and why people's relationships fail? I have my pointers, but I love to hear the pointers of people that's actually watching. For those who've never been on a StreamYard live, when you comment, I can see the comment. It pops up on my screen. I can click the comment. It'll pop up right down there where everybody can see it. So if you got an opinion or an idea, just comment it. I'll click it up on the screen and then we'll go from there and I'll discuss it. But yeah, today's topic is going to be what goes wrong in relationships. So what do y'all think? What are some of y'all's thoughts on what goes wrong in relationships? I got some pointers that I'm gonna go over. What's good, Bobby? My 501 Witty brother. So yeah, y'all go check out 501 Witty too. So they posted a video yesterday, and you definitely want to see it because that guy's hilarious. Bobby is hilarious, man. So y'all follow 501 Witty. They on here, 501 Witty, YouTube, 501 Witty. You're not gonna be able to see the full video on Facebook, so definitely go to YouTube and check out the videos. It helps them out, and they my brothers. I work with them, so y'all watching their stuff helps me out too. So definitely check out 501 Witty. My wife says lack of communication. Bobby also says communication. So definitely a lack of communication is definitely one of the things that goes wrong in relationships. I'm gonna post that up on the screen. Lack of communication. Yeah. So it definitely lack of communication is one of those things that will kill a relationship, because if you don't know how to let me see. Headed to work, bro. I'm gonna catch you. All right, bro. Get that money. Get that money. But yeah, lack of communication surely is one of the killers of relationships, because if you can't communicate, you definitely can't go. That's probably one of the biggest ones. That's without communication, you can't even make it past square one. Like, you never gonna make it in a relationship if you don't have communication skills. That was one of the things that I learned in marriage counseling, that you have to be able to communicate, because without communication, there's no relationship. You're always gonna have problems, because the problems that do arise, then you can't communicate it with your partner because y'all suck at communication. So definitely lack of communication. What's some of the other things? Lack of honesty. Definitely lack of honesty. People love to lie. So yeah, lack of honesty is definitely one of them, because you have to tell the truth, because a lot of stuff that's done in the dark is going to come to the light. So honesty is definitely one. You might as well just tell the truth, save yourself the trouble later. Makila says, I think what goes wrong in a relationship is a lack of trust. It can turn into a big argument. Definitely the lack of the trust. That's one of them too. And that's one of the ones that I also had as one of my pointers, that that's big on why relationships don't last, with trust issues. So lack of trust is definitely one. But trust issues, that's definitely one of the things that can go wrong in a relationship, because you always suspecting the other person of something. Like, I mean, it could be cheating. Like, cheating, I mean, somebody could not be cheating and you automatically assume that they are. Trust issues. If I tell you I'm going here and you don't believe that I'm going here, trust issues. That's definitely one of the biggest problems in a relationship, is trust issues. I'm still looking at the comments, so anybody that's watching that has an opinion, I definitely love to hear it. But I have my own opinions too. But trust issues is definitely one of the ones I had on my list, because you really can't make it nowhere if you can't trust each other. You definitely have to be able to trust one another. Relationships can't make it anywhere without trust. Another one. What? Who's at the door? Hold on. Sorry, guys.
CJ's making beats again.
Okay. Sorry about that. The writer said they shouldn't give you a reason to doubt because they want to be trusted. So they should give you a reason. They should give you a reason not to trust you. Right. So you definitely should have a reason not to trust somebody. You can't just be making up stuff and not being not having any reason to blame anybody for something. That's trust issues 101. Like you definitely have to have a reason not to trust somebody. Like I understand if like y'all went through past problems or something like that, but to just be out here not trusting someone, you're gonna have a hard time ever being in a relationship because you have to have trust in a relationship. Another one is priorities. People typically have their priorities are different. Some people have the same priorities, but if you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all don't have the same priorities or the same goals, it could put a strain on the relationship. Uh, Definitely priorities because of I'm sorry, the differences in people's opinions. Some people have a certain set in their mind of where they want their priorities to be. Some people think maybe the job should come first, and then they put their job first. Some people put their mother first. They put their father first. Some people want to be put first. Some you speaking as a male, some women feel like they should be put before everything. Like if I'm in a relationship with you, I should put you first. That's how some women feel. And some guys don't feel like they should put their woman first. They feel like they should put their mom first. They feel like they should put their job first. They feel like they should put their children first. And then comes their partner. And so definitely if your priorities are different, then it's gonna put a strain on a relationship because if you with somebody that wants to be put first and in your mind you don't want to put them first, then it's gonna put a strain on a relationship. So you have to try to find a common ground on priorities because priorities are one of those things that your relationship can't go on with different priorities. Because at the end of the day, if you want to be put first and your partner is not willing to put you first, then you're never going to be happy. And you definitely want to be in a relationship to be happy. People have different expectations. So that just means that some people get in a relationship and they expect it to be so. A lot of people watch television and movies and they see all these TV and fairy tale relationships that don't happen in real life. Oh, and it's just sometimes your expectations are not um they're not realistic. And so you definitely have to be with somebody that have the same type of expectations as you. If you have different expectations than your partner, it's also going to put a strain on a relationship. Because if I'm thinking a relationship is going to go this way, but you thinking the relationship is going to go that way, then we are not having we're not on the same page. And in a relationship, you have to be on the same page. Narcissism, narcissism. That's definitely another one. You have to use. Let me see. Well, if you are married, then your spouse should come first after God. Okay. So my mom says, well, if you are married, then your spouse should come first after God. So definitely, you always want to put God first in life. If that's your thing, I'm not telling you what to do, but you should always want to put God first, and then the Bible says your spouse should come first after God. And so, like I said, it's different opinions. I feel like your spouse should come first in a lot of things, but I kind of question that a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna go into full detail about it, but I kind of question it just because of the fact that children are really needy, especially babies, especially having a baby right now. You find that children are really needy, and so it's hard to put stuff in front of your child because they kind of stop everything. Like they cry and they whine. They need to be changed. They need to be fed, and so it's hard to see yourself putting stuff before a child because the child kind of is overbearing, and they definitely take the first. They take the first place spot, and so that's just my take on it. Y'all can tell me what y'all think about the spouse coming first. But another one is compatibility issues. Some people just not compatible. Sometimes you're just not compatible with the people that you're trying to be in a relationship with. You fall in love with the idea or the way a person looks or a personality, but when all push comes to shove, when everything is laid out on the table, y'all just not compatible. I mean, you can't really force yourself to be compatible with somebody. It's just not one of those things that just happen and you say, "Oh man, I'm gonna work so hard to be compatible with you." Like I know right now we're not compatible, but I'm gonna work hard and maybe in a month or two we'll be compatible. It don't work like that. You definitely have to be compatible with somebody when you meet them. I mean, maybe you get blinded by the looks or their personality or the way you just feel around them, but one day your goals and your thoughts and all that stuff is gonna have to be laid out on the table. And if y'all not compatible, then it's just one of those things that it just ain't gonna mesh. People also have it's another one is values or beliefs. So if you have different values or beliefs, it's gonna be hard for your relationship to thrive if you don't have the same beliefs. Like if I believe in God and then I'm married to somebody that don't believe in God, it's never ever gonna work because you have two different beliefs. And that's the ultimate belief. Like that's life or death. What are you doing after you die? And that's their belief. So if you don't believe in God, you definitely can't marry somebody that believes in God. It's just not gonna work because y'all gonna clash. They gonna go to church. You're not gonna go to church. You don't believe. So a lot of the things that they gonna want to do in their life to better themselves, to make themselves more religious, you're not gonna be able to do. So you surely don't want to have you surely don't want to have different beliefs. So the next topic that I want to talk about is are men or women more commonly at blame? So when relationships don't go the way they should or they fall apart, are men or women more commonly at blame? Or do y'all think it's more the man's fault, or do you think it's more the woman's fault, or do you think it's about 50-50? For those that's in here that ain't been in here, we're talking about what goes wrong in relationships. And so that's the topic right now. What goes wrong in relationships? I'm on point two now. We had a moment to talk about some of the things that makes relationships go wrong. If you have any ideas, you can put them in the comments. If you see this video later, you can still put it in the comments. I pretty much read all my comments on my page. But right now, we're saying, are men or women more commonly at blame when it comes to relationships? Anybody that's in here, y'all can kind of give me the input on that. So do you think it's more the man's fault when a relationship falls apart? Is it the woman's fault when a relationship falls apart? Or does the blame fall 50-50? Is it in between? Is it half the man's fault, half the woman's fault? What do y'all think? But I have my take on it. My take is more research oriented, though it's not really my opinion. If you were to ask me this question and I hadn't did the research on it, I would be like, it's probably more the woman's fault, or more the woman that's at blame when a relationship falls apart. If you were to ask me that question without me doing research. But Makila said, I think it's both ways. So Makila thinks that it's 50-50 when it comes to having to blame somebody for a relationship falling apart. It's 50% the woman and 50% the male. And so she thinks it's both ways. So she's down the middle. My mom thinks it's the man. So she thinks when a relationship falls apart, it's the man's fault. So she 100% is the man's fault. So let's see. Brianna said, whoever is doing wrong in a relationship, it can be either the man or the woman. Some people have too much pride to admit that they are wrong, and that messes up the relationship too. So definitely pride definitely has one of those things that makes relationships be on the edge. You definitely have problems if someone can't put their pride to the side. And I'm typically one of those people that I have too much pride. Sometimes I try to work on it. Sometimes it still gets the best of me. But definitely what Brianna is saying, whoever is doing wrong in a relationship. So she kind of half answered the question, because Brianna, if you don't remember, the question is, are men or women more commonly at blame? So every relationship has that one person that's doing wrong, but who commonly is at blame? Who is more at blame when you group all relationships together? Because sometimes, I mean, it's always going to be either the man or the woman. So yeah, I guess you kind of 50-50 on the question. And some people do have a lot of pride. Laughing emojis, everybody laughing. So now she says 100% it's the man that is more commonly wrong in a relationship. So I hear you. Quantum Generator said, for some people, marriage is like landing a dream job. Then a couple years later, demanding half ownership in the business that hired you. So yeah, that's definitely true. Some people do. They get in a marriage. Uh, that's especially true when it comes to people that's rich and people that's famous and have a little money. They run into these females or these males that's only out to seek financial gain. So yeah, they marry, or they pretend like they love you, and they marry you. And he said, like he said, landing a dream job. Definitely, definitely like landing a dream job because they get into a relationship and then they marry, and then a couple years down the road, all of a sudden, I don't, we're not compatible, and I don't love you no more, and it's just not gonna work out. Then they take you to court, and then they take half of everything you own. That's definitely true. And I was just having that conversation with one of my coworkers at work. We were having a conversation about how uh, famous people like athletes and movie stars, especially athletes, they run into these women that just trying to have one night stands, hoping to get pregnant and say it's the rich athlete's baby, and they give they try to sue them for child support, or they just trying to get extra money. So definitely people use marriage like a dream job, and so that's definitely true, quantum generator. And so Brianna, she switched sides and said that it's 100% the man's fault. So in her mind, for those people that's just not coming in or haven't been in here, the question is, are men or women more commonly at blame when a relationship falls apart? And so I have one person that said that it's 50% the man, 50% the woman. I have another person that said it's the man. I have another person that said it's the man. So when I go to my research and we actually break this down and break down the question, are men or women more commonly at blame? It's one of those things that it's not 50-50. It's pretty much the woman. Like it's pretty much the woman. So when relationships fall apart, women Andrea said every situation is different. That's definitely true. Every situation is different. So she's more on the 50-50 side when she says every situation is different, and it is. But when it actually comes to the research side of who is more commonly to blame when it comes to a relationship, you have a point that says one of my first point is women are more likely to end relationships. So when it comes down to the um the nature of relationships and them ending, women typically are the ones that make that call because women are typically more likely to end a relationship with somebody. So, but what am I 100% man people think about that? Women are more likely to end a relationship before a male ends a relationship. Statistically, 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Definitely. And that's where my first point is. Women are more likely to end a relationship because you find something wrong, and you can't work past it, you can't work through it. So then you get a divorce, you separate from somebody. Women are also more likely to anticipate the breakup. So um, let's see. A lot of women, not all, don't care about your struggles. They just wait at the finish line and pick the winners. Definitely. They don't care about how you have to how hard it took you. I mean, how hard you got to work to get to the point that you're at. They just care about the end result. So After you done been in the trenches, you done worked hard, you got all this blood, sweat, tears, and it's all done built up, and your ultimate self. And then you can run into some of these women that don't care about all the blood, sweat, and tears. They just see this champion. They see this strong, masculine man that's superstar. He big. He got money, and so now that's all they want. So then they just come in and ruin it. Oh, Brianna said because they get fed up. When a woman's fed up, it ain't nothing you can do about it. And then she said, R. Kelly said it best. Yeah, she quoted song lyrics over there. I feel you, I feel you. Singing at R. Kelly. Andrea said, that's not saying the woman is to blame. The woman may have ended the relationship because of something the man did. Okay. And that's definitely true. That's definitely true. They may have ended the relationship because of something man did, but when it comes back to full swing of things, and you go back to the topic and you say, what goes wrong in relationships? And then you say, are men or women more commonly to blame when relationships go wrong and they end? So then you come back and then you say women are more likely to anticipate the breakup and they're more likely to end the relationship. Then now you at a point to where it doesn't matter what the man did. Yeah, he might have did something. The woman may have ended it just because of what he did. But when it comes to why the relationship ended, man didn't initiate ending the relationship. The woman did. And so it boils down to the fact that women are faster to see problems than men are. So we could get into a relationship today, like me and somebody else. I can use me and my wife. I can use me and Bree, for example. We married. We're gonna go back. We're not gonna be married yet. So we could get into we could go back to the dating stage, and then we could be dating. We could start talking, and then she could see that things are going wrong. She could see different little problems, whereas I don't see the problems, but she does. That's where it comes in that women are normally quicker to see problems than men are, because men, we are less sensitive to the problems. Like stuff that's like a huge deal to women are not a huge deal to us. Like, and that's why a lot of the times when you in an argument with when you are in an argument with someone that you're in a relationship with, and the woman is all extra mad and yelling and screaming, and the guy says, "Hey, it ain't even that big of a deal. I didn't even think about it like that." It's because we are not as sensitive to problems as y'all are. Quantum Generator said, "You are correct. When it comes to advice, men give women excellent advice because it's based on empirical evidence and truth." Exactly. So yeah, so you have men that are less sensitive to problems. We're less sensitive to problems, and women are extra sensitive to problems. So before we even realize that something, and said that's true, women do see the problem quicker. Yeah, for sure. So before we even realize that we're doing something wrong, y'all are already upset and in your feelings about it. And so when y'all already at the point to where y'all are ready to just say, I'm gonna move on from this because this is crap. I'm not even gonna deal with this. A lot of times these are experiences that y'all have seen before. Y'all have been in these situations before with somebody, and then y'all have been into this situation before with a man, and then y'all get with a new man, and then y'all see the same qualities in the new man that you saw in the old man. So it's like a snap of a finger. You're like, nah, I ain't dealing with this no more. I'm I'm not doing that again. So you end a relationship because of past experiences, bad problems, and then you never saw what that guy could change to be because you automatically saw those same flaws in the person that you left, and you said that person is just like them. So you end the relationship, and then that's why relationships be failing. Because some people, not all people, but some people they can't move on from the past. They have to treat every situation like it's all grouped together. Like you can't leave the past in the past because you bring in the past with you. And so when you bring the past with you, then now you got this new relationship, and you treating this new person that you with, you judging them based off of what the old person did, and that's not right. And so Brianna said, and sometimes men are not sensitive to their woman's feelings, but men should care about their partner's feelings because the man wants the woman to care about their feelings when they have a problem. And so, yeah, that's true. That sometimes the man is not as sensitive to the woman's feelings the as they should be, and that goes to one of my other points that say emotional relationships typically are like emotional support for men, whereas women they give more support than they receive. So what Brianna said is definitely one of the statistics that I read, that um, a lot of men hang on to relationships because of emotional support. Like we feel like, hey, this person understands me. This person, I can talk to them. I can connect with them, and I feel really good being with this person. Like I can't open up to nobody else. I don't think I will ever be able to open up to nobody else. So they lead themselves in these bad relationships, even if they saw the problems, they see the problems. They lead themselves in these bad relationships because of emotional support. They feel like, hey, I can talk to you. You help me with my problems. You make me feel good. So men, we stay because we get stuck on the emotional uh, support. We want to just have somebody that we can talk to. We can express ourselves to, because we're not gonna do that with our male friends. We're not gonna just some. I'm not gonna say all men. 'Cause some men they can go talk to their male friends and be like, man, I just don't know about her. I just don't know. But a lot of guys, we tough. We ain't gonna be out here going our homeboys whining or crying about something our girl did. It's just one of those things we just gonna keep inside. We bottle it up. And so definitely what Brianna said, men are not as sensitive to women. Women definitely give more support than men do. Quantum Generator said women love having those gotcha moments just to let you know you made an error for the most minuscule, mundane daily things. Definitely, they do find those one. It's like they set them up. It's like they go and say, "Hey, I'm gonna set this up, and when he mess up, I'm gonna jump out the bushes and be like, see, I told you be doing that." And like it's just like, why you do that? Like, why? The good one is I have a problem putting the lid back on the toothpaste, and so it don't matter at what point of the day that I decide to brush my teeth again. I mean, I wake up and brush them, but it don't matter at what point. I'm not gonna. I rarely remember to put the cap back on. So at some random point in the day, Brianna will come out of nowhere and be like, "Gary, you didn't put the lid on the toothpaste again." And I was like, "Dang, just put the lid back on the toothpaste. It's fine. It ain't that big of a deal." And so definitely what he said, they have those gotcha moments just so you know you made an error. And it happens so much, man. It happens a lot. They have those moments they just say, yeah, you messed up again. I told you you'd be messing up. And so definitely have those moments. For people that's just coming in or haven't been in here, or people that's gonna skip through the live at the end and find points that they want to see. Today's topic is what goes wrong in relationships. Um, we named a couple of things like trust issues, different expectations, priorities, values or beliefs, lack of communication, lack of trust. I already said trust issues, so that's the same thing. But I said narcissism, uh, other things. Definitely, I forgot to mention money issues. Money issues is definitely one of the big ones because money gets you a long way. A lot of relationships that fail is based on money problems, and so it's not right. I mean, sometimes it is, but sometimes you get with somebody that's a bad spender. They may not know how to manage their money real good, and so you try to help them with it, and you like this person just ain't gonna learn, and so you decide to leave that person alone because you're like, I don't want to be broke with him. So you gotta know how to manage your money. I starting out when I was younger, I didn't know how to manage money. I mean, I still make some mistakes with my money now, but I make way more money than I was making then. So I'm good. I know how to bounce back. It's easy. So when I was growing up, I um I remember I got my first credit card, and so my goal in my mind was I wanted some rims for my car. And at this time, I wasn't making. I was working at Walmart, and I think I was just working at Walmart at the time. And so I'm like, I want some rims on my car. I want to look cool. I see all these people driving, bumping their music, rims shining down the street. I'm like, man, I want some rims. I just don't got the money to get them. So at this time, my credit was pretty good because I've been paying on my car note. I didn't miss no payments. And so my credit really good. So I'm getting these credit card offers in the mail. And my parents like, you don't really want to mess with the credit card because you gotta be smart when you have a credit card. If you're gonna put something on there, you gotta know you can pay it off at the end of the month. And so in my mind, I'm like, I got it. I can do that. That's easy. I can pay it off at the end of the month. Keep in mind, I can't afford rims. Like right now, if I am, and my parents told me this, like if you can't afford rims right now, how are you gonna afford to pay them off when you get a credit card? So I'm like, I got it. I'm gonna make my payments. I'm gonna be watch. I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna pay them off. I got the credit card, credit good. So my credit limit 2,000. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get some good rims. I went to the rim shop. The rims ended up being $1,300, and the rest is history, man. Because that was a terrible experience with my first credit card, and so that's one of those things I had to learn. Like I can never make this mistake again. If if I'm if I don't have it, I don't have it. So I definitely can't be making those type of mistakes. Some people are just like the young me, and they adults. They in their 20s, they in their 30s. Some people are older than that, and that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. If you over 30 and you still struggling with managing your money, that's ridiculous. But yeah. So a lot of people be in relationships and they like the young me. They don't see no budget. They don't see nothing. They all they see is, hey, I'm a spend this money. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that, and then now you broke, or now you struggling. And when you're in a relationship, when you struggling, y'all struggling. Like especially when you married, you can't be out here struggling by yourself. It's no such thing as that once you're in a relationship where you married. You're not struggling by yourself. You're making both of y'all struggle. Because if I don't have the money, then my wife has to help me out. If she don't have the money, then I have to help her out. And if I'm barely making it and I have to help her out, now we both broke. Nobody wants to be broke. So definitely I didn't mention that one, but money issues is a really high on the list of why relationships fail because people don't know how to manage their money. We also talk about compatibility issues. So I'm gonna go to my third topic, and that's how can you make it work? So anybody in here that's still watching and want to comment, Tell me, how can you make it work? How can you make a relationship work if it's not working? How can you make a relationship change for the better without just giving up on it like we already know 80% of women do? So I'm gonna go back to that because uh, that was real. I didn't have the number on that. So statistically, 80% of divorces are initiated by the woman. So 80% of women give up on their marriage. And so thanks to quantum generator, because I didn't know that statistic. I just knew that women, I read that women initiate the breakup, but I didn't know it was 80% of them. Sheesh, that's stifling. My sisters, y'all quick on the delete button and block button and the forget button. But yeah, so yeah, statistically, 80% of divorces are initiated by the woman. So how do you make it work? Can somebody tell me? Somebody in the comments? Somebody? Anybody want to join in and talk to me today? I'm guessing my auntie ain't in here. She talked to me last week. We had a good conversation. But yeah, anybody want to tell me how can you make it work? Okay, I didn't see this. Quantum generator said they're watching from India National Laboratory in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Office of Scientific Research and Development. Thank you, sir. Man, thank you. Thank you for watching. Yes, that's a lot of words in the name. But yeah, thank you for watching and thank you for actually being responsive with me and talking to me and helping me have some points to talk about. Thank you so much, Quantum Generator. My mom said it all comes back to communication about money, which is being truthful about where you are going, and most importantly, life goals. Yep, that's definitely true. It does. You can definitely make your relationship work by having good communication. That's key, and it's one of those things that's easier said than done. You can say we need to work on our communication or we need to have better communication, but it's one of those things that it's like a sport. You got to practice it. You gotta build your muscles. You gotta be strong, and you gotta work on it. So a lot of these things are not things that you can just change overnight. And when you realize that people that are single, people that struggle to stay in a relationship, you will see as to why your relationships are failing when you figure out these things. These are not things that happen overnight. You definitely have to work on it. Communication is definitely one of those things you have to work on, especially for people like me who I don't talk much. I'm working on it because I'm doing these videos and these lives and before I stand up, I'm working on talking more and being more open, but talking and being open about your feelings and your emotions and the way you feel. Those are totally different things, man. And it's easier to talk than it is to talk about your feelings because I'm just one of those people. I don't open up. It's like mushy stuff to me, and I don't like mushy stuff. I'm not one of those people. But I gotta work on it because when you marry, you gotta work on communication because without communication, everything's gonna fail. It's all gonna fail. She said about money. That's big. Yeah, I talked a good 5 minutes on money, so that's definitely true. I ain't gonna go back to that. Being truthful about where you're going. Yeah, you definitely have to be truthful about where you're going. You can't just be saying, "Hey, I'm going here," and then you're somewhere else. The apps got stuff for that now. Your phone to catch you up. You got to be careful because your phone will tell everybody where you at, especially if you on the Snapchat map. If you on any type of Google, Snapchat, any of those places that ping your location, you might want to be truthful about where you're going, especially if you got an iPhone. If you got an iPhone, a lot of people don't know it's something in your phone that ping everything. You can go in there under settings, and I don't know how to get there step by step. I ain't gonna get nobody caught up on my live, but you might want to be truthful about where you're going because if your significant other or your other person that you with, if they get your phone and they know how to do this stuff, like I know how to do this stuff, they gonna know where you at. You're gonna be caught up. Man. So definitely be truthful about where you're going. Brianna said you have to actually be willing to put in work to make the relationship work. Actions speak louder than words on both sides. It definitely does. It definitely does. And so you definitely have to make sure if you want the relationship to work that you have to be willing to put the work in to make it work. I mean, if you don't want to put the work in, then yeah, that's your sign to exit because apparently you don't want to do it no more. But if you actually value the relationship and you want to keep it together, then you got to put the work in. And you can't just talk about it. You can't say, we're going to fix it. We're going to work on it, girl. You know I love you. It ain't going to work, man. It ain't going to work. I mean, it ain't just a guy. It's a woman too. You can't just be like, baby, you know I love you. You have to show it. So yeah, it's definitely on both sides. Oh, Quantum Generator said communication with anyone in the world is easy. There is a simple gadget called a cell phone. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can use the phone. It makes it easy. It really does make that easy. Than talking to somebody face to face. But when you're married, you gotta see them face to face. When you're in a relationship, you gotta see them face to face. You gotta know how to. You gotta know how to talk in person too, because it's gonna be so many phone calls before somebody pop up and be like, "Hey, we're talking in person today. We ain't talking on the phone." However, the cell phone with all of its technology is no match to the communication device. It's typical in every brain. True. Like I mean, everything in your mind is way more powerful than the phones. Phones are still electronic gadgets, so you definitely have to learn how to communicate with just you. You can't use the phone. No, let's keep going. The hardware has always been there. The only discrepancy is that only a collective few actually know how to use it. Yeah, that's funny because if everybody knew how to use that stuff, I'm pretty sure lying would go right out the window. You couldn't lie about where you're going because I can just figure it out. There's no way that I mean, if everybody had that information quantum generator, it'll be crazy. Everybody would probably tell the truth, at least in that aspect. They won't lie about where they at because they know so they gonna find out anyway. Just for your info, I love your podcast. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Like that makes me so happy that you love my podcast. I'm still learning, still trying to not get caught over my words and trying not to say certain words I think of. I've been told I said definitely like 1,000 times today. So next time I'm not gonna say that as much. But I'm still working on it. Thank you for watching and thank you for loving it. I'm gonna be here for a while. Bree said, I don't think you can communicate well on the phone. It is better communicate in person, face to face. Exactly. Yep. And that's what he was saying about the communication mechanism in your brain. You definitely have it better up here than the phone had it. And so, did I go to my last point? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I did go to it. We're talking about it now. So how can you make it work? How can you make it work? And I had a few people tell me how you can make it work. So better communication, not lying about where you're going, or stuff like that. So I have some points. So based on my research I did, one of the things that you can do to make it work is to greet each other when you whenever you make it back home. If she's been gone, she come back, greet each other. If you've been gone and you come back, greet each other. Like every time you come home, greet each other. And so that's talking, that's communication. If you come home, you say, hey, I'm back, or hey, how was your day? What were you doing? How was everything? Just greet each other and talk to each other. If anybody still have any ideas on how you can make it work, you can still hit me up in the comments. I'm still reading those. Another way is schedule a weekly check-in. So that's one of the things that's the bare minimum. You can do a weekly check-in, so that's once a week, or you could do two a week or three a week. How many you want to do? I mean, if you go higher than three a week, that's like every day, and that's annoying. So I would recommend going over two, but I mean, if you're good with checking in 7 days a week, I mean, it's kind of weird, and I don't know. I mean, that's one of those things I have to hit the door because I got to check in with you every day. That's too much. So yeah, but definitely have at least there go definitely again. At least have one check in a week. So do a weekly check in with each other. Uh, see if it's any problems. See where it needs to be worked on. See how each other feel. Uh, just check in with each other. And another one is dates. Definitely do dates. That's no matter if you're married with kids, if you're newly married without kids, if you're still dating, if you I mean, it's just first nature to take somebody out on a date if you're not dating yet and you want to get to know them. So yeah, that's any level of a relationship you want to do dates. That's showing somebody that you want to take them out. You want to be seen with them. You want to show them off. There's so many people, man. They get into these relationships and they never take them out. Don't even know how you can call it a relationship, but they get into relationships. They never go on dates and they never go out, and it just seems like you don't want to be seen with each other, or you don't want to be seen with this person. So definitely do dates. You can't be in a relationship or wanting to be with somebody and not take them out because what are you doing? What are you doing to show them that you want to be with them other than the normal stuff? I'm not gonna go into detail about that. But another one is tell each other that you love one another more often. So more often say, "Hey, I love you." Tell them why. Give them a reason. Even if it's every day a week, 7 days a week, you got seven different reasons. Tell them, "Hey, today I love you for this reason. Tomorrow I love you for this reason." So just try to find ways to tell them, "Hey, I love you." Um, I got photo bombs, but yeah, tell them that you give them a reason very often that you why you love them, and then another one is surprises. So definitely do surprises because who doesn't love surprises? I mean, I know it's some people they have like extra high anxiety, so you come to them with a surprise and you scare the crap out of them. So if you know that's your partner and they don't do good with surprises, then maybe just try to get them something as slow and as normal as possible. Just don't like scare them because you know some people may be all weird and then you be like, surprise, man! Why'd you do that to me? I was just trying to be nice, but yeah. So if you know your partner don't like surprises, then don't do like an extra flashy surprise, like a jump out the bushes kind of thing, because then they might have a heart attack and die, and then you don't get no partner no more. But also spend time together without technology. You definitely have to spend time together without technology. I mean, phones and TVs and computers and video games. I know the PS5 about to come out. My brothers, I know we're gonna be on there. I ain't gonna be on there yet because I mean that's a lot of money to be spending for no reason right now. But yeah, technology is a big distraction, whether it's a video game, it's a TV, it's a cell phone, it's a computer, it's a tablet, anything that you can think of as electronic, is technology where you are taking your time away, like this, like being on the phone and you taking your attention off of everything around you. I mean, even you see it every day in life. You see people in a car on their phone. You see people walking into the store on their phone. You see people in church on their phone. It's like everywhere you go, somebody is in some type of technology. You go into Starbucks, you see all the business people with their suits and they're on their computer, not paying attention to anything that's going on around them. They just on their computer. And so definitely spend time with your partner without technology being in the way, because you want to take some time to just actually focus on them, focus on each other. You spend too much time not actually communicating, then it's just like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Like you look up and then the whole day is gone because you spent the whole day on your phone. So you really want to do that. I'm gonna show my clip one more time for the people that ain't seen it, for the people that don't follow Chill Out Gary yet. If you ain't seen none of my stuff yet, I have this video series called The Unskilled Hitman. I got 2 parts out now. The first one has been out for a little bit over a month now. It's really good. You gotta check it out. And I just made Unskilled Hitman Part 2 last Tuesday. So it's not even hold on. Was that last Tuesday? Yeah, that was last Tuesday. So it's about to be a week since it's been out. And the views are liking on it. So if you want to check it out, please do. It's very good. This is funny twist at the end. So you might want to go check it out. And it will help me out a lot. But here's the intro to The Unskilled Hitman. I'm just gonna show y'all the intro to both of them. So here's the intro to Unskilled Hitman Part 1. So that's like the thing. That's the thing for those, man. Is every time it intros, it's gonna be standing somewhere looking weird, like looking off into the distance. This hitman, he loves scenery. He loves looking at nature, looking over the buildings and the city and the trees. So it's always gonna be something, man, just standing there looking creepy and getting to the point, getting ready for whatever mission or task you're gonna have to do that day. So definitely check it out. He's unskilled, so it's definitely funny seeing somebody that's unskilled try to do something like be a hitman. You never think of that. You never think to have an unskilled hitman. Like, really? You want a professional to do that? It's a hitman. You actually out here trying to kill people, man. And he unskilled, so he's really stupid. You gotta check it out. So I got 2 parts of that. And yeah, today's talk was what goes wrong in relationships. For those that haven't tuned in or you just tuned in, when you watch this, leave in the comments what you think goes wrong in relationships. I had somebody comment on my video earlier today, and she dropped knowledge, man. She knew a lot of the things that goes wrong with relationships, and she had a whole paragraph of them. Really smart. And so I wish she would have came in here because I know she would have had some takes on it. But yeah, we talked about our men or women more commonly at blame. We talked about that, and then we talked about how to make it work. So thanks for watching. I mean, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna have another live tomorrow because I didn't get to do one yesterday. So it's gonna be back-to-back lives. So thanks everybody that's gonna watch this. Thanks to everybody that's still watching right now. Thanks to everybody that did watch this, and you might click back in later to see what I said at the end. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna get up out of here.
Chill out.